there, it's Sandra. Thanks for joining me today in the greenhouse. Today I'm going to be putting together a mixed succulent container. Succulents are generally pretty easy to care for. There's just a few things you really need to keep in mind. One is that they really do need to be growing in a succulent soil or a cactus soil so that it's got a nice light soil to it. You want a soil that's not going to hold too much moisture. The biggest problem, well, there's two big problems that people have with succulents. One is they tend to overwater them, and the second is they tend to underestimate how much light they need. Succulents do need quite a bit of bright indirect light, so you want to have them as close to a window as possible, but not necessarily sitting right in the window. As I mentioned before, you do want to have a nice cactus soil. Ideally, you'd like a container with drainage. However, today I'm not going to be doing that. I've got a beautiful little container here, but like most containers for your home, they're meant to be sitting on top of furniture, so they often are not made with drainage inside of them, or with a drainage hole in them at all, because they don't want the water to leak out and ruin your furniture, which of course makes sense, but it does mean that you have to be even more conscious that you don't overwater your succulent. So all I'm going to do today, it's a pretty simple little project. I've put together kits for you, so there's a container with some cactus soil that I'm just going to dump right in there. I might leave a little bit in the bag at the end. We'll see here. Yep, just a little bit to kind of finish around. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to put it all in because I think it'll be easier to dig my little holes. Okay, so I'm just going to put my succulent soil in there. And when I take my succulents out, I'm just going to give them a little squish, make sure that they're not stuck in their container at all, and dig a hole to pop them in. Now, I don't want to dig too big of a hole because I want them to stay flush with the top of the soil. And it really is that simple. Succulent containers, sometimes you'll see them with moss on them. I don't really recommend that. The succulents don't want to have that moisture on the top of the soil. They're going to be happier if you want some sort of a decorative finish to the top of your container. I would recommend instead that you use maybe some decorative rocks, some nice polished stone or something like that. Or beach glass would also be a fun thing to put in there to decorate the top of the container. But other than that, your succulents will do better if you just leave them without any moss or anything around them. They're going to do much better. Like I said, they don't want that moisture in there. The other thing that you do want to keep in mind when you go to water your succulents now to maintain them, don't water into the succulent. You kind of want to water beside it. And I would try to make sure a container, especially like this, that you water evenly. So don't just pour all of your water in one spot. Instead, water in a few different spots so that you don't have all your water concentrated to one side of the container so that two of your little guys get water and the third one is dying of thirst. I would probably only recommend watering this, depending on how much humidity is in your house, but probably every 2 weeks is going to be lots. If you stick your finger in the container and you can still feel some moisture in there, I wouldn't be in a big hurry to water them. They'll like to be a little more on the dry side rather than overwatered. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Have a great day.